Hey guys, this is Rosita, your go-to vocal and language coach here on takelessons.com. And okay, I'm just gonna apologize of my hair right now. It does not want to get off the Mufasa form. So if you guys have curly hair, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about the unity of the voice. Yes, guys, it is singing class. But not just any form of unity. I'm gonna talk about the functionality, the functional unity of the voice. Now, the voice benefits from a functional unity from the systems. Now, the behavior of one system actually impacts another system. It's the whole, no pun intended, but it's the circle of life. I know I said the Mufasa thing. I did not actually put that on the script. Was not too clever then, but okay, continue on. I'm going to actually separate two systems in particular, breath and the muscular system. Now, the breath is what fuels the sound, all right? It's like how the car needs gas to run, we need breath to run our sound. And the vocal folds cannot vibrate or has like a self-sustained oscillation without the breath flow. I cannot be any clearer than that. Now, the result of like a form of an efficient breath use is even an easy vibration on the vocal folds, regardless of the register that you're singing, the dynamics, or range. It is ideal that for vocalists to be acquainted with how the body can move, such as the ribs, the abs, the diaphragm, your belly, your whole chest area, which you do not want it to move upwards. And quick fact is, whenever you have a music teacher, guys, or a singing teacher, or a vocal coach that's telling you to use your diaphragm, what they mean is as we inhale, taking in the breath, everything's going to expand outward. So the belly is going to go outward, the ribs are going to go sideways. And as you exhale, everything is going to go back to its relaxed state. So everything going back in. Recap, when you inhale, everything goes out. As you exhale, you're contracting back into its relaxed state form. Okay, now that leads to the muscular system. Now, okay, so let me talk a little bit about the vocal folds, which is inside your larynx. Now, mind you, there are numerous muscles that are both inside and outside your larynx that can actually have a direct impact on your vocal folds, such as the length, the mass, the tension, etc. Now, even actually to the point it affects the proximity of each other. Now, the efficiency of the vocal folds vibration is dependent on the positioning of the vocal folds, which immediately prior to making the sound, or to sound smart, phonation. There are even more muscular factors that do contribute to this function, but we're not going to go in full detail here. Now, there's this thing that we're going to get into, which is called the flow pressure ratio, where it's actually going to affect the type of sound that you want to create. Now, the coordination of breath and muscular activity is vital for vocal efficiency. The relationship of breath and muscular activity can be thought as, like I mentioned before, a flow pressure ratio. Now, the airflow is the amount of air that flows between the vocal folds during each time that you breathe. Okay? Now, the subglottic pressure is the air pressure that builds up under the vocal folds. Technically speaking, we use a lot of the subglottic when we're using our chest register or our speaking voice. It adds a form of like a basis or a support. It is important to emphasize that airflow and subglottic pressure are not the same thing, even though they're both important when it comes to actual creating the sound. Okay, so there's the best way I can describe the flow pressure ratio is you want to think of it almost as a continuum. So there's 3 different styles of tones of sounds. We have a breathy, we have more of a flowy sound, and then we also have a pressed sound. Now, the breathy sound usually is due to often of running out of breath. And also, if you're trying to do it on purpose, when you're doing technically correct, you're actually going to run out of breath the quickest. And the sound is going to have an aspirate quality to it. This is because the air escapes between the vocal folds before they are adducted or brought together. Now, the flow is the most common one. It's actually the median between the 3. The flowy sound has the highest amount of airflow, and actually it has a complete glottal closure to it. This coordination of breath and muscle is regarded as high efficient, and it's usually loud, it's easy to produce, and the timbre is balanced with like a bright and dark tones, both present in the sound, in the tone. And then the pressed. Okay, so the pressed sounding has a high amount of subglottic pressure. Now, pressed singing creates a louder, brighter sound. This can come at a physical cost, though, because since it has a high amount of subglottic pressure, it causes the vocal folds to have a greater collision. So basically, it slams towards each other. Now, as singers, we usually feel this as tightening and like tightening in the throat or strain, basically the typical tension that you guys are going to feel if you guys are not technically trained to be singers. Now, it is important that this is a continuum, and there are degrees of efficiency and inefficiency. Now, here, my point is, with this whole blabber type of thing, I can't emphasize how important it is to learn vocal technique. Okay? I honestly don't want you guys to end up losing your voice if your passion is singing, whether it's singing at the church or singing at the karaoke bar. It doesn't matter, because we only have one set of vocal folds, and we can't go to Guitar Center and buy another pair on sale. So the more knowledge that you guys have when it comes to singing, the better off you guys are. And that's where I come in. All right, this is why I am doing the videos, so you guys can learn. All right, guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, please do not hesitate to ask. And please check out my profile at takelessons.com. And if Take Lessons, you guys are watching this, I can't wait to see you guys at headquarters tomorrow. All right, nos vemos.